Welcome back, and to some other.
Welcome back. The Chinese mainland and Taiwan will open their first ever joint exhibition next Wednesday. It's the first time some of their treasures will be seen together since separation 60 years ago. The Taipei Palace Museum unveiled 3 Qing Dynasty relics borrowed from the Beijing Palace Museum. Shen Le has more.
3 of the 37 relics borrowed from the Beijing Palace Museum were shown at Friday's press conference. All of the antiques to be showcased at the exhibition are relics of Qing dynasty of 18th century, when Emperor Yongzheng reigned over the country. They include an imperial stone seal with the inscription, "Being an emperor is difficult."
Today is a great day, and it has truly achieved an active cultural exchange between the two sides.
The two sides have been split for 60 years. It's the first time we're working together for this significant and historic exhibition in Taiwan.
The antique pieces also include a massive Yongzheng portrait. The Taipei Museum said the 37 antiques are highlights of the exhibition, and it cost over 1.4 billion Taiwan dollars to ensure the transportation of these 37 antiques. The historical exhibition is scheduled to open on October 7th and will last 3 months. Shen Le, CCTV.
Staying with cultural news, the UNESCO's Intangible Heritage Committee approved 20 Chinese traditions as World Intangible Heritage. Nanyin, or the Southern Tones, was on the list. The 1,000-year-old music tradition has gained popularity recently. Let's find out why.
At the recently concluded meeting of the UNESCO Committee, Nanyin music was officially added to the World Intangible Heritage list. Also gaining the honor were 20 other Chinese traditions, including Mazu goddess worship ritual. Nanyin music originated from the city of Quanzhou in East China's Fujian province. It later flourished in Southeast Asia thanks to local descendants who emigrated to Taiwan Island and to Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, and Singapore. After all these centuries, Nanyin music still retains a vast repertoire of more than 3,000 compositions. A great number were retrieved over the past few decades from private publications crafted during the Ming Dynasty some 500 years ago. Recent years have seen a revival of the Nanyin music tradition. There are currently more than 500 ensembles regularly staging Nanyin performances in East China. Zhang Nini, CCTV.
And in our final story on cultural heritage, the 1,000 Buddha caves in the oasis city of Dunhuang on the ancient Silk Road represent a museum of religion and art. Known as Mogaoku in Chinese, they are on the UNESCO list of World Cultural Heritage. But today, the priceless murals, which survived 4 centuries, are in danger. Wang Mangmang finds out what is being done to preserve them.
Touching history. This is the job for Su Bomin and his colleagues. Restoring every detail of the murals could take them hours or days. It seems an endless endeavor, but they're never bored.
For tourists or people who are not in close contact with them, they may simply be paintings. But for us, they are alive, they are animated, and from a professional point of view, we see more information, its artistic feeling, its diseases, or what caused it to be like this.
The murals in the Mogao caves require the experts to understand the historical, religious, and artistic background of the original work. Paintings must
form an organic work environment where one can fully appreciate the natural splendor of the water. Still, it has another crucial function. It operates as a rainwater collecting system.
整个园区建立了雨水收集系统，每次降雨之后，雨水会被收集到这人工湖里面。雨水通过这些鹅卵石啊、沙子啊进行过滤，流到湖里的水除了补充水井之外呢，我们还可以用来清洗路面、清洁车辆。
Energy-efficient buildings have emerged as the latest trend for businesses everywhere. New types of green building materials have made their way to the fore just in time for the Expo Center. This ensures a comfortable indoor climate while reducing energy consumption. so that your time at work is productive and pleasurable. Building on last year's success, one of the global leaders in silicones and silicon-based technology and innovation teamed up with China Welfare Institute Children's Palace to bring fascinating silicone and life. It's all part of the 2009 Dow Corning Science Day in Shanghai, showcasing a series of interesting experiments that are student-friendly while serving as a preview for the upcoming 2010 Shanghai World Expo.
Dow Corning's products have been used in the building of the World Expo, including building integrated photovoltaics, which is solar panels which are integrated into the buildings themselves in two of the World Expo buildings, in the pavilion as well as the Art and Performance Center.
The two-day Science Day allows approximately 400 local students, ranging from 10 to 16 years old, to learn how silicones improve quality of living. Environmental protection and innovation are also key points in the program. Forget the prospect of getting lost at sea. The United Kingdom Hydrographic Office recently released the Admiralty e-Navigator. It organizes updates and brings together all the pertinent paperwork and digital information needed for a safer voyage.
Using digital charts is safer than using paper charts because of the real-time situational awareness that you get with digital products. In paper, you plot where you have been. In digital, you can look forward to where you're going, so it is basically safer.
A future version of this navigator comes equipped with a multi-touch screen with information on various ports all around the world, along with tide and weather data that sets new standards for safe navigation and efficient planning. And that brings us to the end of another edition of TechMax. We hope you've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed showing it to you. Join us next time for more exciting news around the world of science and technology. I'll see you guys all here next time.
In touch with high tech. Hearing from top scientists. Insight into our own bodies. Experiencing the sight of living wonders. A taste of the power of nature. Nature and science, bringing your senses to bear on the planet we live on. In the Qing dynasty, there was an Italian man who served as the imperial painting master at the emperor's palace. His name was Giuseppe Castiglione. In his painting, The Imperial Garden, Yuan Meng Yuan, Castiglione skillfully integrated the Western drawing perspective with traditional Chinese ink painting techniques. He used Chinese ink painting for the distant view of mountains, trees, and clouds. For close-ups of buildings and landscapes, he meticulously used detailed brushwork. Zhao Jun Wang is a contemporary Chinese painter. Like Castiglione, Zhao also greatly appreciated the different Western and Chinese painting methods. He integrated these styles in his paintings of Beijing. He was born and raised in Beijing. Though he lived in the U.S. for several decades, he still favors wearing traditional Chinese clothes and eating typical Beijing food. His passion for Chinese paintings has never changed. However, he remains open-minded when applying Western painting techniques in his Chinese ink and wash paintings. Unlike traditional Chinese ink painters, he drew on the experience of Western painting methods. When creating a new painting, he will always start from a small sketch and, little by little, add more detail until it is completed. In terms of geographical composition, he integrated the Western drawing perspective with Chinese painting methods of far point and near point balance, making the entire painting even more expressive. He also has a very unique way of using colors. Using a single color, he applies it to a large area, which is against the basic rules of traditional Chinese painting. His paintings always give viewers a strong impression. Aside from using traditional Chinese colors such as black, dark blue, red, and pink, most of his colors come from acrylic paints. Acrylic paints are synthetic polymer paints invented in the 1960s. Unlike oil paints, acrylic paints dry quickly and are not damaged by water after drying. The colors are more vibrant and rich. Acrylic paints have been used regularly by Western artists. The painter used acrylic paints on top of Chinese ink paintings. This application not only broadens the territory of traditional Chinese ink painting, but the additional colors also introduce more layers and gives a sense of 3D. This painting is called the Lu Go Chao Bridge under the setting sun. In this painting, he used black ink to paint the stone bricks and acrylic paints to mark the fine lines in between. For the view in the distance, he used both ink and acrylic to paint the sun and its golden rays. Thus, a time-weathered stone bridge came alive, telling its stories under the setting golden sun. This painting depicts an old house quietly sitting at the far end of the Imperial City Wall. There are bright yellow flowers coupled with green leaves growing along the path between the house and the wall. What a marvelous integration between Chinese and Western painting styles.
遭自杀式汽车炸弹袭击，造成上百人死伤。下面请看详细。